Back with Wendell Young again, the 30th year of the Chicago Wolves. Great anniversary it is, and it's time to talk with probably the most special people in your life. You've been with your wife, Paula, and thank you, Paula, also. She helped me out with a few things through and for this. Talk about how you guys met. I know you've been together for a long time.
Okay, I'll tell a story and she'll counter it. Different story. I tell the kids, Paula chased me and I slowed down enough for her to catch me in high school. Literally, we had mutual friends. Didn't really know Paula. Of course, she caught my eye in high school. But we had a mutual friend. That I played football with in high school. So he asked, what am I doing one weekend? And I go, nothing. I got no plans. And get out of the car, and there's Paula, and he set us up. Ever since, there you go. Don't ask me how many years, because she knows better than I do. But
did she like sports too?
40-something. Yeah, she played sports herself, and she knew sports, and she knew the sports. But going on to I got drafted. So I was dating Paula for maybe a year and a half, and I got drafted by Kitchener. And I said, I'm probably going to have to go away to play hockey. And she thought it was the stupidest thing ever. What do you mean you got to go away to play hockey? So, but, to our relationship, we stayed together all through junior hockey.
11 different cities.
Yes.
11 different cities.
And, the thing about that, and I say this about spouses and kids and everything, whenever I move to a different city, I walk into a dressing room, I got 20 friends right away. I know some of them already. I get traded. I know some people, or everyone has a connection. So there's somewhere. I know somebody, or they know somebody that I know. So it's easy, but it's tough on the family. They got to change schools. They got to, going into the wives' room. Like it's intimidating and it's tough, and they're the ones that take the brunt all the time. And again, I always say, the athletes and everyone, they get all the accolades. And again, we were talking one time about people behind the scenes, and not just in the organization, but families behind the scenes. Like it's a big thing with just packing up. I had a situation where how I ended up with the Wolves. I was with the Wolves the lockout year, and then I get the word that I'm going to get traded when the lockout's over and getting traded to Pittsburgh. And I literally was on the ice at the Allstate Arena at 10:30 in the morning. Got called off. Got a call from Craig Patrick, the GM of Pittsburgh, you're being traded. I said, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. He goes, no, I need you on a 1 o'clock flight.
Wow.
So, I got to call Paula, grab the kids out of school, pack me some clothes. I couldn't even go home. She met me and dropped me off at the airport, and I was gone. And she was here with the kids, and we were lucky we were in a great neighborhood and people all around. But there's a lot of things that people don't know about in pro sports, and the support of people around you, and especially your family, is probably the most important thing. That's what gets most athletes through things. It's support. They have bad games. You go home, and
they're the sounding board.
They 100%. They're a sounding board, and they put things in perspective. And
they are the rock.
That's a big part.
No doubt about it. Gabrielle, a couple of years ago, the Wolves win the Calder Cup, and what a summer it started with Gabrielle and Nick DeSalvo, your son-in-law. So big marriage, first of all. It had to be fun and exciting for you, your first, to go through that. Take us back to then, and then what has taken place pretty recently.
Well, it was really nice. And then again, this is the whole family thing with the Chicago Wolves, and we get to the finals, and here comes, we had our wives there, and here comes Gabrielle and Nick, and which is awesome. And then it was a whirlwind of a period of time from, we win the Calder Cup. There was a wedding in the summer, and it was like, we called it the royal wedding, because there was so much planning going into it, and it was one of the funnest events I've ever been to, if not the funnest I've ever been to. Fast forward, I'm a grandparent now. They've got a little one, which is awesome. Mia basically controls our life now, in a good way. Like we really it's one of the greatest things that ever happened. You have your kids, and then you have your grandkids.
Right. My dad used to say to me, you love your kids, but you really love your grandkids.
And it's funny because everything's happening so fast when you have your own kids. You're so busy changing diapers, getting them wherever. And now as grandparents, you can sit back and just appreciate it. And you do. You sit back and appreciate it so much more, because it's like anything. Once you're in the mix of everything, you kind of don't take everything in sometimes, and appreciate all that and the changes. And I was away a lot, and again, going back to Paula, I was away so much. Paula had to take care of kids, and little ones and tripping them off to hockey, soccer, basketball, you name it. It's been going on, but that's a big part of my success is family. And you've talked about my family in Halifax that I've grown up with, and it's all part of it. There's a whole theme here, like family, in Halifax. My personal family, with Paula and the kids, and then you move on to our Wolves family. So there's a lot of that going on.
Well, congratulations on all of that, and especially having me, a granddaughter. How about Matt? Matt, gosh, we see Matt at all our games. He's a cameraman, does most of our stuff after the game, post game. He's at Wrigley Field doing Cubs games. I saw him this year. I texted right away. I'm at Willie Nelson in Alpine Valley. There's Matt doing the camera. It's very cool.
I explain to people, I go, hey, what does Matt do? And I explain everything he does. I go, well, he's on the field at Wrigley. He does some Bears games. He's done Packers games. He does music venues. He does the Bulls games. He does the Wolves games. And they're like, he's got the dream job. And you know what? He really does. He works hard, and he's really, really good at what he does, being a camera operator. And like people always tell me, they know what Matt's job was with the Cubs, so they go to a Cubs game, they see the camera operator running around on the field. He's that guy, and that's what everyone knows him as. But yeah, he works hard at it. He's really good at what he does. And he's got that. He's that artist. I can look at a Picasso and just see a Picasso. Sure. He looks at it. There's depth. There's so much more of it. It's the same thing. He takes a picture. He could take my phone and take the same picture. It's a portrait for him, and it's a blur for mine. And he had, but like most people of his nature and personality, they have something that a lot of people don't have. Like he sees things, like the way he looks at like stuff to take a picture, and some of his pictures are unbelievable because he's done that. Like he'll run national parks, and he goes to national parks, and all those famous things. He's got some unbelievable pictures, and things that you'd want to put up in your homes because they're so great. And he loves it, and he has a passion, and that's what's great.
Lastly, though, we got to talk. We don't have a lot of time here, and we have to talk about Jack. Jack was a pretty good hockey player as he grew up. He's a tough, aggressive player too, and we'd see him at the rink every time with a referee's sweater on. And lo and behold, Jack, my little Jack that wore a referee's jersey to all the Wolves games, I've got a picture of him after one of our championships. Yeah. He doesn't have a Wolves jersey on, he's got a referee's jersey. And now he's an full-time American Hockey League referee. Mm-hmm. He went to the NHL referee prospects camp. Mm-hmm. He's done, he was still in high school, refereeing NHL prospect games. He's done all that. He was like one of the youngest guys to ref in the American Hockey League, and he's full time, and he has a passion. So, and Gabrielle's a teacher, so all three of my kids are in a profession they have a passion for, which is awesome. Not always the highest paid professions, but a passion, and it makes them like they enjoy going to work every day, and that's much like myself. I enjoy going to work every day, and it's so awesome to see our kids have a passion like that, and we're lucky enough to work in the field that they have a passion for. Well, congrats again on all that, and thank you, Paula, again for helping me out. We'll be back with more Chicago Wolves hockey after this.